Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. Do consider subscribing to join this amazing family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You guys are the real MVP. Gang. Thank you so much for always coming back. From the title of this video, you already know. And guess what? I know you can see, but still guess what?
Special guest.
We have a special guest, an OG driver. Driver to sure. Hey. And he'll be telling us how he passed his driving test in one sitting. He's not just an OG for mouth. He passed his driving test in one sitting.
Oh, yeah.
And in this UK, if you pass your driving test in one sitting, in fact, even two, yes, is in fact
Like,
put your
it's
resume.
like a big achievement.
Honestly, it's no joke. To pass driving test, it's not easy. So watch till the end to see the tips he gave to enable him pass in one sitting. Let's get right into the video. So I'll be asking you first, how did you pass your driving test?
Well, I'll say first, it's not by mouth. Let me not brag.
In one sitting.
It's God, of course. You have to keep
true.
praying in anything you do, no matter how good you think you are. But first thing is, I used to like, why? What's so special about the UK driving license?
You know?
And then people just see like a big achievement, and you see it in social media that I've just passed my UK driving test, and I'll be like, okay, let's see how it goes then. But I took my theory in one sitting, my practical in theory, and I've seen like a lot of people who have to write it like several times. But
yeah, I've heard people, you know, I think I saw someone that wrote hers 6 times. Yeah, 6 times.
Yeah,
I think
like,
up until the 6th time, she has still not passed it.
minor, just slight. To them is a major mistake, but to you think it's a minor fault. But that's because UK actually take seriously the road or driving rules. They don't want to lose life. They want to have less accidents on the road. And UK, I mean, it's quite a safe environment for people to, quite a safe environment for people to live and drive and walk, and most especially the pedestrians, to try to protect them on the road. So I think that's the major reason why the test is very tedious.
It's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So what will you say stood out for you while you were taking the practice?
Well, maybe I would say that because I was already driving for so long, I started driving at a very early age. I started driving when I was a teenager, to sneak mommy's car, and driver would teach us, give us some tricks. So I've been driving in Nigeria for a long time, and then when we moved to Malaysia, of course. So Malaysia is also driving on the left-hand side, just like here, as opposed to Nigeria, which is like driving on the right-hand side. So that was a plus for me, of course.
So meaning to say that Malaysia helped you in the practical aspect, right?
Yeah, but then if you want to drive in the UK as a new migrant, okay, the first thing is bring along your international driver's license, or as soon as you get here, apply for one from your home country. Okay, I'm not sure which country you are, but I applied mine from Nigeria, even though I had Malaysian license. My Malaysian license is still valid today. So bring in your license, and your license is valid. Your international license is valid 1 year into your arrival in the UK. So as soon as you land, it starts counting. Okay. So it's not based on the validity of the license itself. It's based on when you land. Yes. So as soon as you land, start counting. So bring in your license, just as much as you can. Get a small vehicle. Okay, you can get a car. You can get a car for like 500-700. But the cheaper it is, the more wahala you're putting yourself. The more trouble you're putting yourself into. So try and get a car so that you can start getting used to the road. But you have to keep your head down. you have to keep your head down, because here it's not a lawless community. If you're caught driving, breaking the rules, or just doing some minor things, police might actually, just pull you over, and then they'll discover that you're actually. It's not a crime, of course. You're allowed to use an international driver's license here. However, they expect you to drive, obeying the laws, knowing the laws. They believe that you're still in the process of getting your UK license. However, they expect you to know the law. And here in the UK, it's a totally different ballgame. I tell you, there are signs here and road markings I've never seen anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think that's one of the reasons why they are like the safest, or one of the safest countries.
I think UK and France, I guess, like the safest country when it comes to driving roads. Yeah. They protect the pedestrians a lot, and road users also. Other road, you have to have respect for them. You have to have regards. I mean, looking back to where you were coming from in Nigeria now, people drive, don't even obey the speed limit. We don't even know what the speed limit is, because there are no markings, there are no signs. There's nothing to even indicate the speed limit for that particular way you're applying. So that's one of the things. But
someone will just have car,
and then you just start driving, and then you don't even use seatbelt. The car is not even roadworthy enough and everything. But what stood out for me was that, we got a car. We got in September. We got the car maybe it was in March or April, and in June I took my test. So if you get a car and start driving, okay, it helps you a lot to get used to the road, to get used to the roads, to get used to the environment. Even the weather also helps, to be honest, because when you're driving in the cold sometimes your screen becomes foggy, and then so all of that things, it's included in the theory test. The theory test first is what you need to write, and then the practical test.
Okay. So how do you know when you're ready for the practical?
Okay. So now, when you get your international license, you start driving. You're getting used to it. Okay. Before or as soon as you land, you can apply for what we call the provisional license. The provisional license is like the L permit which you normally have when you're learning somewhere else. I remember in Malaysia, we used to have that L. No, you had an L. P is after you had passed the test.
Okay, yeah, that's
you have an L while you're learning. Okay. So you apply for the provisional license. You just go and just Google apply UK provisional license. You see it, take it to a government site where you apply. Okay, what happens is that you get sent the form, okay, to your home address. You fill the form, you send it along with your BRP. The BRP is that your permit, your residential permit that you get as soon as you arrive here. So you send it down, they will do all the verification, they send it back to you, okay, and once your license is ready, they send you the license. That costs about £34, and you pay that when you're filling the form on that site that I just mentioned. So when you get sent back your BRP, and then you get sent your provisional license. Your provisional license is valid for 10 years and is an indication that you're ready, you're prepared to start learning how to drive, to start going through the process of theory and practical as well. Yeah, that means the government is now aware that yes, you're starting the process. So after a provisional license, or even before you get a provisional license, you download an app. I used 4-in-1 theory. Just go on your an app store or Playstore, check for 4-in-1 theory. Maybe we'll get the image and
I'll get that and put it
in this video.
Description.
Yeah, it costs £4.99. Okay. So £4.99, and it's valid for 1 year. Okay. On that app, you get taught everything that's to do with driving, the road signs, the legislations, all the rules, that drivers must abide by. Okay. You see another section of it is called the hazard perception. Okay. The hazard perception consists of videos that you can that teach you how to foresee. Okay. How you can foresee hazard ahead. So there are different kinds of hazard. People trying to cross the road, vehicles that just jump in front of you, maybe animals or even objects, all of it. So you get to tap or click as soon as you see or foresee any possible hazard. Yeah. So the you see all of these tests there. Okay, there are practice tests, there are mock tests on that app. All right, and you keep practicing and practicing and practicing until you see that you're very good. For me, I used to practice every night before I go to bed. Yeah, if you noticed, I used to do like 3-4 practice tests every night because I felt that's the time I could make probably assimilate or have time because it's timed already also. So I used to do about 50 and I used to fail about 2 or 3. Okay, at that point I knew I was ready for the test.
Okay.
So how I also one of the tricks I used for that was when I stumble on a question that I didn't know the answer, I will pause. At the bottom of the screen, you had this link that will take you to the knowledge base resources. So you go and read. I will just go there and read about it, and I'll go back to the question and then answer the question. For me, that was an easy process and faster way of learning since I already knew most of these driving rules, and then I've been driving before. I had many years of driving experience. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is that when it comes to UK, it's a different ballgame. There are different signs, so many signs and markings that you've never seen anywhere in the world before. Yeah, so you have to keep doing those practice tests until you know that you're getting everything, or maybe you're failing maybe like 2 or 3, and then go ahead and book for the theory test.
So for the practice test, do you think it's good? Like, are they repeated questions? Like the practice test, are they real life questions?
They're exactly what you see in theory.
Oh wow.
Exactly what you see in the theory test, apart from the hazard perception, because hazard perception has to do with videos from different roads, so the view is quite different. Yeah, but the more you practice this test, the more you get used to it. And go also on YouTube, watch so many videos on this, how to navigate roundabout, how to, it's really, I'm not surprised why people actually fail it, because there are little things you need to take care of, like looking at your left mirror, your inner mirror, your right mirror, and where you actually stay before you join a road, a major road, the highways and all that. So you really need to practice and practice. For me, that was just that was what worked for me. I was just practicing, and then I knew I was ready for the test, and I just booked the test and passed.
So getting a test date, is it very easy?
That is another difficult thing. It's not easy to get a test date. That's because I don't know the population of people applying for driving tests, or maybe they have limited driving tests or exam centers, but it's really difficult to get a close date, especially for the practice test, for the driving practice test. The practical test is practical test. Yeah. So theory is when you go and write the exam, and you'd have to leave your house to go to a particular place like a business center or like a cyber cafe kind of settings, okay? And then you get to write. And the test is divided into 2, like I said. The practice test, which is 50 questions, and then the hazard perception, which is 75 points. So you need how many to pass? I'll look for it, the pass test, and then I think we should put it in the video. Yeah, I think it's 40 over 50 or so, or 40 over 75 or so.
Wow.
Yeah, but for me, it was the exact score I got during my practice on my app that I got in the main exam. So I think I failed about just 2 or 3 questions.
Driver.
So yeah, but then that's the secret. Just on that app, don't book the practice test, the theory test, until you're ready. It's not really difficult to see close date for theory test, but it's difficult to see close date for practice test. And you cannot write the practice test, the practical test. Why do I keep saying practice? The practical test. You must pass your theory first, then only you can book the practical test, because you need a code that they'll give you after you've passed your theory to book the practical test. Yeah. So you can get like 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead for theory. Okay. Another limitation, you might not see a close city. We are in Liverpool. I think there are 2 or 3 centers within Liverpool itself. I didn't see any close date. I saw Chester. Chester is about 45 minutes drive from here, and I just took train to Chester, and then I wrote from there. When it was time for the practical test also, I didn't see any close date here. I went to Chester again to write the test, because I don't know. That was just maybe God just thought just that was
Jester
the
of the
easy
way.
part. I don't know. But for me, I was ready for anywhere. But also ask questions, because there are some centers that you go to, the road markings are not clear enough.
Yeah.
And that with that you can easily fail.
Easily fail,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I heard about one somewhere around here that my tutor was telling me to, not to book. I mean, I already booked them, but I didn't book that place. I
Okay.
mean, that's why I should pray for favor. I thought I
Yeah.
think God, it was just God that led me that to just book my theory and my practical test in Chester. Yeah. So, and it went well. I think the price for theory test is around maybe less than £30 or so.
Okay.
Even the practical is also less than that. But £34 is to apply for your provisional license.
Okay.
Yeah.
And £5, that's 499 for the app, right?
£499. So that's £5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. See, if you know you've not passed your driving test, just
But
watch this video for tips.
or send it to
and
somebody who you know is struggling to pass,
yeah, send it
or
to
somebody
somebody.
who you know is
True,
just
true,
arrived
true.
and is preparing to get the driving license, UK driver's license. Yeah. But UK driver's license is a hot cake.
Honestly.
It's hot cake.
For me, I haven't even tried. It's not that I've not
I think
passed.
the
I
reason why
haven't
you
tried.
haven't done yours is because all our over 8 years in Malaysia, we
Yeah.
had an automatic car.
Yeah.
So now I'm driving manual.
Manual.
That's because also to save cost.
Yeah,
Like I
manual
said,
is better
try
than-
and get a car of your own with your international license. With that international license, apply for your insurance. You can get your an insurance. It might be a bit expensive. In fact, it's even more expensive when you get your provisional license, because well, you when you apply for insurance, that's another topic entirely. But when you apply for your insurance, if you apply with your professional license, you're expected not to drive alone. Don't even dare try drive alone. You must drive with someone beside you. Okay. But if you're applying because you're a new migrant, you should apply with your international license. Okay. And with that, although you save cost in terms of you own your own car, you have your own car.
Yeah.
If you're using your tutor's car, you'll be paying £35,
Wow.
depending on where you are.
Per day?
Per hour.
Wow.
Some people will tell you have to get 10 hours. You have to get like 20 hours if you're new entirely. So for me, we got our car, I started driving. I wrote my theory, I passed. I booked for practical test. I saw it was like about 2 months 2 months ahead. Okay, I'll come back to that and how you can get an earlier date. Okay, and as soon as I booked that, I needed a tutor. So because I had my car, I just got a tutor. She just took me around for 1 hour. She said, okay, James, let's do 1 hour first. I did 1 hour. She said I was okay. She just gave me some tips when it comes to the roundabout, how to go, how to navigate, to what to do when you're going to 3 o'clock, when you go to 9 o'clock, when you go to 12 o'clock, And here they have there are some roundabouts you go to. It's actually like 4, 5, 6 exits.
Yeah.
So you could have like 11 o'clock, you can have like 2 o'clock, you could have like 4 o'clock. So you have to know how to navigate through that. I love videos on YouTube. You should just watch it and learn from this one. If not, you might fail it. And these are the things that people encounter, and then they get to fail their test, especially on a roundabout. Yes, right. I've heard a lot of stories, because you should know where to stay. There are different lanes on where to stay. If you're going to 3 o'clock, if you're going to 9 o'clock, and now when you trafficate and all that, and when you're inside the roundabout, when you're switching lane, you must watch your mirrors, for example, and your supervisor, your instructor is like this. Like mine, I was driving at a point, he was just looking at me. He was like coming close to me, like he wanted me to know that, hey,
I'm
dude,
seeing you
I'm looking
focus.
at you. So, and you have to be looking at the left mirror, middle mirror, right mirror. So, this is a lot of information you might want to think, but if you start early, you would really, progress, and eventually you pass the test. Yeah. So let me touch on the exam date. So whatever earlier date you see, book it first. Then you have to, because I wrote my theory test, I think 27th of June or 21st of June, I can't remember, this year. And the next day I started looking for a date for the practical test. I didn't see. So I booked like 2 months earlier, and by my calculation, my international driver's license would expire because we came in end of September. By end of September, I needed it to travel. I needed to travel to, also. So, and I had to write the exam before coming back. So when I booked the earliest date I saw, which was like 2 months ahead, I started searching every day. I was spending hours on the internet searching, refreshing. Because the thing is that when people are not ready, their tutor or they themselves decide to cancel. Okay. And when they cancel, that means there's a slot available. Yeah. Yes. So when you're refreshing, you get to see the earliest slot and then you book it. So I saw 7th of July, which was like a week or so. I just picked it by faith. I said, even though I didn't have any tutor to go with me, I booked that date and I started looking for a tutor. Luckily for me, I found a tutor. That was when we now went to that 1 hour, driving, mock. And then she scored me good. And then she gave me some tips and some YouTube videos also to watch. So that's it. There are some apps that can allow you to get an earlier date. For me, thank you, Brother Sam. There's no Brother Sam in Love Assembly.
Shout out to
Brother Sam. If you're watching this video, it was not that told me, don't pay for that app. How can I go and pay another maybe £5 or so, or £10? I can't remember.
To get earlier.
Just manually search, okay. And it worked for somebody I also told, it worked for him also. Just go and refresh and then pick the date you want, So that's how to get an earlier date. You don't need to pay anybody. You don't need to, buy any app. Just do it manually yourself, and then just prayerfully follow up, and then you get it. Yeah.
Okay. So that this video will not be too long. What final tip would you give someone that stumbles on this video and they want to take their test, their practical test tomorrow or next tomorrow or sometime within the week? What will you tell the person?
For me, I would say first, go on YouTube. Whichever center you have chosen, right? Go on YouTube, go and search whether you can see that road, so you can get familiar with that route.
Okay.
Yeah, because the routes are also always the same. Also, there is this thing. Most people don't like to drive with SatNav. That's the Google Map and Waze. Just go and download Waze, WAZE. That's an advanced version of Google Map. To me, I prefer to use it. I've been using it for so many years. I use it here. During the test, they will give you that for you to follow. So the instructor will just set a destination, follow this. They want to know how you can follow, SatNav. There's another stage where he will switch it off and will tell you, okay, at the roundabout, go left, or in the next junction, go right. He will be telling you. At some time, you will get pulled over. Okay, so start. For someone who is writing the exam tomorrow, it might be too late. But if you are not writing your exam tomorrow, okay, or you have more time to yourself, learn to drive with SatNav. Okay, Google Map or Waze, like I said, and also watch the video of the route that you're going to write your exam, your practice test. Also watch a lot of videos, learn a lot of things. Roundabout, people fail a lot roundabout. Get familiar with those signs. That's for the theory, but the practical alone, there are minor faults and there are major faults. Okay. Minor faults are, for example, just a minor thing. I'll give you an example. I had like a few minors for minor. And one of them was that there was a road about 70 miles per hour or so. I was still on gear 4. I should be on because I was driving a manual, I should be on gear 5, for example. So they marked me down for not utilizing my gears properly. Another one was we're just trying to get out. I got to a T junction and cars were moving. I was waiting for them. For me, I was like, let me be extra careful so that they know that I'm not a careless driver. But I was waiting so long that there was a gap. I should have entered, gone out. And then it was safe enough to do so. Actually, but in my mind, I was like, let me not be too forward. And then I was marked down. That was called undue hesitation. They don't want you to be too hesitant or be too scared, of getting to make you go to the road at the right time. So that's so just be confident of yourself. But the main thing is I'll tell immigrants, okay, in order to save you cost, get yourself a car, no matter how small it is, so you can start driving. And when you're getting your insurance, don't be scared of getting one with black box. Black box is when they install something in your car to monitor your driving, which saves you huge cost.
Oh, wow.
You pay less compared to somebody who's not. Some of them might be app, and they monitor your speed on your focus rate on all of that. You're still new. You don't need to be in a hurry. Get those things and save yourself cost. So
All right.
that's the little I think I can remember for the test. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so so much. I believe this video is going to help a lot of people who are trying to pass their driving test. So if you know anybody who is trying to pass his or her driving
Just
test,
ask questions in the comments and
yes,
then
ask
I can
questions
answer
and
you.
he'll see it, he'll answer you. Please don't send it to my DM, I might miss it. Ask questions in the comment section and you'll get response. Don't forget to share this video. Share. Like this
And
video
like,
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Yeah,
Put on
yeah.
your notification button to enable you know when I post more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.
Ciao.